Hi there, this is Peter from Cat Booster. In this video I'm going to show you how to install Lightning and how to get started with your settings. Installing Lightning is very easy. Double click the installer, then click Next, Next, Next. You now get an administrator pop-up and you're done. You can now start up SOLIDWORKS. I'm using SOLIDWORKS 2024. If everything goes right, you'll see Lightning appear here. It's not immediately obvious that Lightning is running. You can always check this via the add-ins menu. Lightning should be visible here and both checkboxes should be enabled. You can also check this via the tools menu. If Lightning appears here, it has started up correctly. The first step is getting a license. You can do this via Tools, Lightning, License Key. Then you click Start a free trial, you enter your details here and click Request License. This license will be valid for 14 days. If you start using Lightning for the first time, we will add 100 free sample files to your library. So just open an assembly and you can start using Lightning. To add a bolt, washer and a pattern, first select a face, click Add Fastener, then select a bolt, diameter, length, material and a washer, and then drag the part from the Include Hole Wizard button into your assembly. We'll do the rest for you. To change the diameter or the length, you can select a component and hit bigger diameter or smaller diameter. To change the length, simply click Make Longer or Make Shorter. If you select a face that belongs to a hole wizard feature, we will change the selection for you. We always select the first hole in the hole wizard feature. If you drag a fastener onto that hole, the pattern will be perfect. Here I select this hole, click Add Fastener, and as you see, the selection has changed to another hole. Now I select the size and drag the bolt onto the newly selected hole. See? Now the pattern is perfect. If you want to change more than the diameter or the length, you can select the fastener and click Replace Selected. You can then select a different type and click Replace, and you're done. Easy, right? You can always view your settings via the toolbar or via Tools, Lightning, Settings. If you click here, you'll get to the video you are currently watching. You can also click here as well, or click here to visit the knowledge base on our website. If you click Next, you'll see an overview of all the folders, files and configurations that you have currently loaded. You can open a folder or file, you can refresh all the files in that folder, you can edit the path to this folder or delete it altogether. We will never delete your files, we only delete the setting from Lightning. If you remove your samples from Lightning, you can always add them back later by clicking Load Free Samples. After loading the samples, you can click Next until you finish the wizard. If you have purchased fastener files from our website, loading them into Lightning is very easy. We'll open the settings. Let's remove the samples first. Now you can add a folder. I'm using ISO 4014. This can take a while because we go through all the files and see which configurations are present. If you are looking for more fastener files, you can always click Visit Shop to view our website. We sell 3 different collections, but you can also purchase each standard separately. After loading is complete, you can go to the next page. When you purchase fasteners from our website, setting up Lightning will be automated by 90%. This happens because we add an XML file with the settings to every folder with fasteners. When you click Next, you are tasked to set up a fastener type and a thread type. This is set up for you already because of these XML files, so we can go to the next page. Here, the progress is already 100%, so we can go to the next page. And here as well, there are no washers, so we can skip this step. Now we get to stock levels. Stock levels let you define which fasteners you want your engineers to use and which ones they should avoid. We always have a stock level with score 0 that you cannot delete. If you do not use this feature, you can either delete all the other ones or just not assign any stock level in the next page. I'm happy with these 3, so I'm going to the next page. Here you get to assign these stock levels. Say for example I want my engineers to avoid 8.8 plane. I click the folder and set Avoid. and now all files in this folder are set to avoid. You can assign a stock level to a folder, a file, or even a configuration. Once you're happy, you can go to the last page. The settings are now saved, and here are the results. All the new files are added, all the old samples were removed from the database. Now you can go back to the assembly and start adding fasteners again. You can also enter all data manually, but don't worry, we'll help you with that as well. Go to the settings, next page. Let's remove the samples first. And we'll add some bolts and some washers. Once the files are loaded, we can go to the next page. Now we have to assign a fastener type and a thread type for each folder. These are bolts, metric thread, and these are washers without a thread. Next page. This page may seem a bit overwhelming at first, but you'll quickly get the hang of it. The simplest option is adding data manually. We can select a folder or a file, enter data, hitting enter or tab, and the data will be assigned. Green means ready, orange means required data, and all the blue columns are optional. But you don't want to enter all data manually, so we can create patterns. Let's start with a new one. Here is an example. The file name consists of ISO 1414, a dash, M, the diameter, X, length. We are now using the file name as the data source, and here you see an example file name in this folder. Then we say standard dash M diameter times length dash material. And here you see the data found. Now we can apply this pattern to all files in this folder. See if it worked. Yes. But this folder also has a coating in its file name, so we can add that. We only store the data from the configurations in our database, so that's why you see the data here. We can do the same for the washers. Once all the orange cells are gone and you see green check marks here, you can go to the next step. Here you can choose a user-friendly description and a thumbnail for this standard. If you want to use your own thumbnails, you can select Get from Part folder. Then Lightning will search for a file named ISO 4014.png, JPEG or BMP. If Lightning finds a file, it will show it here, so you can quickly test this out. Now we can go to the next page. Here you choose two things. Which washer material should be selected when you select a bolt, let's say A2, and which washer standard should be selected by default. I'll keep it like this. We have reached the stock levels page again, which I've explained before. We will skip it for now. And you're done. Now you can view your fasteners here. If you all want to use the same database file, you can store it in PDM. Click Database Management to browse for a new database folder. By default, we store it in your App Data Roaming folder. I'm going to select my desktop folder, which already contains a database file as well. You are now ready to start using Lightning. If you have any questions, please email support@catbooster.com. Bye!